Hello and welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley, and for the next hour, our focus will be on learning vocabulary, which is related to the bank and banking. Of course, this vocabulary is going to be heavy on actions or verbs, which describe the various actions of moving our money around at the bank. Okay. In addition to basic nouns, we'll be looking at some common phrasings that we use to talk about our banking. That's it. Students will take turns doing some different exercises, fill in the blank, mix and match and such. And as we go along, we'll maybe have a little discussion about our experiences, maybe our frustrating experiences. Well, maybe I'm talking personally here. Our experiences with the bank. Anyway, today's class, vocabulary about banking. So, Heidi, how are you doing today?
Hello, nice to see you again. Today it's quite warm, warmer than yesterday, so I'm going to bank. after,
Are you?
yeah.
What a coincidence. Okay, how funny. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. The weather's warmed up. I heard that the weather that I don't. This seems ridiculous to me, but some crazy amount of people died from cold-related hypothermia and such in Taiwan. Did you hear
Oh,
about that?
yeah, I heard that, but even though in Okinawa several people died.
Why? How?
Mm,
I
There
don't
are
get
a
it.
lot of reasons. For example, car crash or
Oh, okay.
slipping down the street, or
Still, that seems outrageous to me.
because
They're just not used to it. Yeah,
they don't have any available shoes. So northern part of Japan, they have good shoes,
they're used to it.
no sleepless shoes. But
Yeah,
hmm, maybe that's kind of reason.
yeah. I see. Yeah, I was wondering about, here in the Philippines, I'm from North America. I'm from America, United States. So everybody has a heater in their house. Even in Florida, you have some kind of heating system in your house.
Mm.
But maybe they don't. Here in the Philippines, nobody has any heating system. You know, so if if it got to 0 degrees, there would be a lot of dead people here, I imagine.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I remember that many years ago, it was very cold in Canada and northern part of United States. So it's called blackout.
oh yeah. Well,
Then people died
that's
because yeah.
yeah, that's extremely dangerous.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Then you're living like a caveman in the ice age, you know? Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. Let's get to banking. I'm going to do a screen share and we'll get started. Plenty of room in the class. I don't know where everyone is today, but pile in whenever you get ready. Just come on in and join Heidi and I, and we'll talk about banking. Okay, here we go.
Maybe people hate banking or money.
maybe, maybe they dread banking. It would be like having a class on dentists. Going to the dentist. Probably no one would come to class.
Me.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Okay. Maybe it's a bad choice of topic. Okay. All right. Well, let's give it a try anyway. All right. First exercise we're going to jump into is fill in the blank exercises. Um, Using well, mostly nouns. I think there's a verb or two here. Complete the sentences with the words below. These are common related to banking words. So let's do this. All right, Heidi, number one.
I haven't go and I haven't get any with me. I need to go to the bank. I haven't got any, but cash,
Yep, that's it. Cash. Uh, Cash. Countable or uncountable?
cash, uncountable.
No, you can't have three
Oh,
cash.
cash. Oh,
Yeah. Here's one tricky thing about talking about money. Money itself, the word money, is an uncountable noun. Cash is an uncountable noun. So sometimes that trips people up. Cash, of course, is a general term for, bills and coins that we use to pay for things. Okay. Cash can also be
Money.
Yeah, well, it is money. Yeah. General cash and money are really the same thing. One difference with the word cash, you can use it as a verb. Do you know how to use cash as a verb?
To pay with the cash? No.
No, you cash a check. Of course, nobody who uses checks anymore, I don't know. I personally have not seen a check in I don't know how many years. Honestly.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe they exist. Okay, moving on. Number 2.
My salary is paid straight into my account at the end of every month.
Okay. Account or bank account. That is correct. I think nowadays most people, this is how they get paid.
All Japanese salarymen, employees got their salary in 25th.
25th?
Yeah.
Really?
But it was very cold, so I didn't go there. Then today I need to go to the bank.
Okay. Okay. This is very common. Another word for this, with your money is paid, your salary is paid right into your bank account electronically. It's called a direct deposit. Okay. Is the common terminology. Oh, I get my salary direct deposit. Okay, Francisco has joined us. Hey there, Francisco. How are you today?
Hi, teacher. I'm fine, and you?
Hi. I'm well. Thank you very much. Francisco, I'm going to throw you right in with sentence number 3. Go ahead and read it, and we'll choose the correct word to fill in the blank. So, number 3.
Me?
Yep. Go ahead.
Sorry. Why not get a loan from the bank?
Yeah. Yeah. La, la, la. Why not? Yeah. Why not get a loan and pay ridiculous interest? La, 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 la. Okay. It sounds so happy and cheerful. Okay. Well, of course, if you get a loan, you have to pay back the loan, and in addition, you have to pay back
interest.
What? Interest. Okay, that's exactly right, and that's how the bank makes money. For example, Francisco, how much would the interest be for a car loan? What do you think? Oops.
10%.
Francisco, try it again. You cut out, I think, connection problem. Francisco, again, I'm sorry, you cut out. We could not hear you. So, same question. How much interest would you have to pay on a car loan, for example? Okay. I'm not sure. I think we have connection issues here. Francisco?
Yes, teacher, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Okay.
Sorry, I'm having a connection issue here.
Yeah, I thought so. All right, so for a car loan, what do you think the interest rate would be?
The interest rate is very high, teacher. It's like 30 or 40%.
Ah, you are joking. You are,
No.
You're pulling my leg.
No.
You're shining me on. You're yanking my jeans.
No, most of these loans, are for 2 or 3 years.
That is like criminal.
Yeah,
that's like a crime.
Yeah, it's very different compared to USA rates.
You know what that's called? The crime of overcharging interest. Do you know the word for
Yeah.
that? There's a word for that. It's called usury. And it actually is a crime in the United States. I don't know what the number is or anything, but it actually is a crime. Heidi, back to you. Heidi, do you believe, Francisco, 30 to 40% interest? Do you
No,
believe
because
that?
it's card loan, right?
Car
Card
loan.
loan are a kind of public company, so they can't do that.
That would be illegal, at least.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm astonished. I'm
Maybe
stunned.
Zimbabwe or someplace.
It's unbelievable. Okay, anyway. My goodness, protest in the street. Francisco, get out there with your sign, whatever. I don't know. Okay, Heidi, number 4.
Four, interest rates are very low. Why don't you borrow the money from the bank?
Very good. Okay. Very common point of confusion for English language learners is borrow and lend. You borrow money from someone. The bank lends you money, right? Okay, very good. Heidi, have you ever in your life borrowed money from a bank?
Oh yeah, when I bought my house,
Yeah.
I borrowed
Yeah.
borrowed a lot of money.
Yeah, of course, for
Recently,
a house.
I finished.
You did. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. If you finish paying them back, you pay off
hmm
your loan is the
So now
common.
my house is completely our house, and this house
Nice.
is completely our house.
That is totally awesome. Yeah, so the verb we use for that action is pay off. You pay off your loan. Okay, good for you. All right, Francisco, number 5.
Okay, I'm going to the bank to pay in this.
Pay in this what?
In this account.
Yeah, this is a weird one. Okay, I think, okay, well, I just said pay off. I think what we have here is one of those American versus British things going on here. I just said pay off your loan. Well, that's American English. I think, excuse me, to pay in this what? I think this would be the same as pay off. Pay in this what? I'm not sure, actually. Maybe loan, but we already used loan. Overdraft?
Yeah, maybe a loan.
Maybe loan or maybe overdraft. Because you don't pay in an account, you deposit in an account. Pay means you're paying back, so you have to pay back a loan, right? Pay back, okay, or you would have to pay for an overdraft as well. It would be weird to just pay in interest. You pay interest, but
Yeah,
it'd be weird to just pay interest.
they are implicit in the loan.
And debt here is plural, so that can't be the answer. It must be overdraft by process of elimination, I suppose. Do you know what an overdraft is?
Yes.
Yeah. You pay more money than you have in your account, is the idea. And usually there's a heavy penalty when you overdraft. You have an account, but you make a payment to somebody, but you don't have enough money in your bank account to cover it. It's an overdraft. I suppose that must be it. Usually heavy penalties involved with that. All right, anyway, Heidi, number 6.
I have to stop spending so much money. I'm already overdrawn by over 100 pounds.
Oh, yeah, good. There it is. That's definitely it. All right, overdrawn.
I have a question. Why
Overdraft.
pound or this mark L?
That's a super good question, which I do not know the answer to.
And even American dollar is the S. So
With the bars through it.
why S?
Why? That's a really good question, which, frankly, to be honest with you, I've never really thought about, and I have no clue whatsoever.
Because Japanese yen Y and 2 lines.
Yeah. And, peso is a P with a line through it. Cents is a C with a line through it, if you want the symbol for cents, which is
Euro is E.
I have no idea.
Euro is E. So,
Don't know. Oh, well, okay, pounds. Do you know that the abbreviation for pounds, the weight,
mhm.
is LBS.
Ah.
1 pound is 1 LB.
Mhm.
And I don't even know why that's the abbreviation. That just makes another question that doesn't really answer the question. But
Question create another question.
yes, it does. I don't know, but that's actually a very interesting question. If anybody knows, please join the class and teach us. Okay, Francisco, number 7.
Okay, number 7. If you are prepared to take more risk, you'll get higher. Interest.
Huh? Okay, now I'm completely confused with this one. You'll get higher interest on your investment. Okay. Maybe, but that's very confusing because it depends on what type of investment you're making, obviously. Yeah, it's the only answer that would fit it all, but it's a little weird because there are many types of investment where you do not earn an interest. You can earn equity. For example, if you buy real estate and your real estate goes up in value, you earn equity. The value of what you own goes up. It's not interest. So it's a weird question. If you put money in the bank in a savings account, you earn interest.
Yeah.
Right. So it's possible that's true, but it's possible that that doesn't make any sense at all. Okay. There's some weird extra weird examples here. Heidi, number 8. Heidi, are you there?
I'm sorry, I'm muted.
Okay.
Tom got quite a few something. He borrowed money from the bank and several of his friends.
Okay, he's got a few. It's got to be plural.
Debts.
Yeah, debts. Good pronunciation. Common mistake for language learners is to pronounce this B. You don't, as Heidi did. Debts. It's basically the B is silent. As opposed to the word debit. Debit refers to one negative transaction, a debit. One negative transaction. Negative money, obviously talking about money. Debt is a more general term to talk about the money you owe, or here, debts. He has a lot of different people he owes money, so he has debts. Right. Okay, very good. Number 9, Francisco.
I need some cash. Is there a bank near here?
Okay, you could go to a bank to get cash. How about the machine?
Okay. Cash point?
Yeah, okay. British people refer to it as a cash point. To tell you the truth, I didn't even know what that meant. What is the other word? Do you know?
ATM.
Yeah, Americans just call it an ATM. Do you know what ATM stands for?
Yes, automatic teller machine, I think.
I'm not sure if it's automatic or automated.
How about the
yeah.
cash dispenser?
Oh yeah, I've heard that as well. Yeah, I've heard that as well. That's true. You need to get to a cash dispenser. Americans, by and large, always call it an ATM. Is there an ATM around here? Yeah, cash dispenser's possible, Heidi. Heidi, number 10.
I'm spending too much money. I've already got an enormous
Headache.
enormous what? Check?
Yeah, okay, it must be overdraft. All right.
Overdraft was used once.
Yeah, I know, but maybe we had that wrong. I'm going to pay in this check.
Okay, then overdraft.
Right. That must be it. So this sentence is very weird to me because it's meaningless in American English. You don't pay in a check, you cash a check. Actually, Heidi and you and I talked about that beginning of class. Somebody writes you a check, that's worth money, but you need to cash it at the bank. I don't even know what this means. Pay in a check. I'm confused by that. Oh, this is interesting. As we just talked about, ATM in American English. In formal British English, it's called a hole in the wall. That's amusing. That's amusing because in American English, a hole in the wall is slang for a particularly sleazy, decrepit, dirty, dangerous bar or tavern. Totally different meaning. That's interesting. Okay. All right. Talking about currencies. Currencies, Heidi mentioned yen, dollars, pounds. These are different currencies. The currency exchange rate is the ratioed value. Okay, $1.50 American equals 1 pound, like that. All right, real quick, we can zip through this. Where does this currency come from? What country? Francisco?
The ruble, it sounds like India, or no?
No.
No, ruble, not ruble.
Well,
Oh,
Heidi, that's interesting. I was just going to say that. Americans refer to it, and most foreigners say ruble. But when I talk to Russian students, the way they pronounce it in Russian sounds like rubble. In English, we always say ruble. Heidi's totally correct. But when I talk to my Russian friends and they tell me we're talking about, money, they always say ruble,
the ruble.
which surprised
Okay.
me, which really shocked me because I'm used to the pronunciation ruble. Oh,
This is
Heidi,
our.
I don't, whatever.
Okay.
It's one of those things where in their language it's okay. Americans say Mexico, but if you're in Mexico, you say Mexico. It's one of
Yeah.
those things,
Okay.
All right, Heidi, I bet you don't know this one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Never mind.
Yes, from Japan.
That's just too dumb. Okay. All right, Francisco, I got to give you this one.
Yes, the rupee, India.
Now you go to India. There you go. All right. Terrific. Heidi, number 4.
The real, Brazil.
Brazil, and also I think Saudi Arabia,
Oh, really?
which is interesting because what do those cultures have in common? Absolutely nothing. I don't know. It's really weird. I never actually thought about that till this very second, but that's weird. Okay, Francisco, number 5.
The euro, in all the European countries.
Right. European Union. Yeah, that's right. And Heidi.
Peso is used in many countries.
True.
to Spain, but it's changed to euro.
Right.
Now, Mexico and Cuba and Philippines
Yeah.
and
Many.
another several South American countries.
Yep. Francisco, do you use the peso?
Yes, teacher.
Yep. You use peso? Yeah. Okay. Here in the Philippines, they use peso, but if you see it actually written, they write it with an I. Piso. Not piso. Piso.
Peso.
And they pronounce it piso. Piso. But when they talk normally, it's weird. When you see it on money, it's spelled with an I, but when they pronounce it and talk about it, it's just peso. I don't know. It's a weird thing. So basically, all the countries that Spain colonized have pesos. Well, maybe not all, but many. Most. Okay. Bank accounts and bank cards. Let's, okay, using these words, we're just going to put them in a list and match them with a definition. Okay, so we're going to do two things at once here. Actually, let's do this backwards. Let's look at the definition and then match it to the word. Let's go a little backwards here. Okay, Heidi, number one.
An account shared by two or more people.
Is a
Joint, no?
Yep, exactly. Joint account. A joint account. Very common for maybe a husband and a wife to have a joint account. So either one of them can deposit or withdraw money. Yeah. Sometimes business partners might have a joint account. Okay, Francisco, number two.
Okay, an account that allows you to pay money in or take money out whenever you like. Savings or cash?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was gonna say that's two of these. You're right. Savings account, of course, is the kind of account where hopefully you're mostly just saving and hopefully you can earn interest. I remember when I was a kid saving money. I mean, like seriously, a kid, like 13, 14 years old. The interest that you could have on savings was like 5%. It was a lot. And nowadays, you're lucky if you get 0.05%.
Yeah.
Those bad word banks have really changed things in the span of my lifetime. I'm telling you. It used to be you took a loan and you have to pay back like 7%, but if you saved money, you got like 5%. So there wasn't that much difference between, I think you know what I'm saying. Yeah, okay, you have a point here, Francisco. So what if that's a savings account? What would a cash account be?
A cash account. Well, maybe it can be a debit card,
Yes.
because
Thank you.
your money is available immediately.
Yes. Americans would call it a debit account. You use a debit card. It's like a credit card, but you can only take out the amount, or take out or use the amount of money that you have in the bank. And then, so you put the money in. It does not earn interest. You can pay bills with it, or you can buy a soda or gasoline or whatever with your debit card. But once you've used all the money you put in the bank, it won't work anymore until you put more money in, obviously. And British people call that a cash account or cash card. But Americans, as Francisco said, we call it a debit card. Okay, Heidi, number three.
A card used to buy things in credit. You have to pay money back each month.
Mm-hmm.
Credit card.
Yeah, credit card. All right. You have a minimum payment that you have to make back each month at least. You're smart if you pay more or if you pay it off every month. If you pay it off every month, you don't have to pay interest.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I don't know what it is anymore. I haven't looked at this in a long time, but back, I don't know, around 2010 or something, the average American family had a ridiculous amount of credit cards, like 8 credit cards.
Yeah, before I had 5 credit cards, but I removed 2 or 3. Now I have only 2.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. That's that seems reasonable to me.
And
to
I
have,
like paying with credit card because I can postpone that payment one month and no interest, without interest, and we can
right.
point.
Points, right. I was going to ask, are you earning points or sometimes Americans say you're earning miles when you use your credit card,
Yeah.
right? They're talking about what are they talking about when they earn miles? What does that mean?
Mileage point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I traveled many countries with the mileage point for free.
Right. The miles refers to it actually refers to distance that you could travel in a plane. You can use them with airlines. This is a program they started some time ago that made it so that you could travel by using your credit card. You'd earn points or miles, and you could cash them in and travel the world. All right, Francisco, number 4.
Okay, a card used to take money out of a cash point. It's a cash. It's a cash card,
Or
debit card.
debit card, or often you can use your credit card for cash advance.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called a cash advance, and usually, sometimes it may be different credit cards. Sometimes there's a service charge. Sometimes there's a different interest rate for cash advances. Depends on the credit card and the bank that holds the credit card. But yeah, so again, another possibly two answers there. Heidi, number 5.
Number 5, this account earn higher interest. Current.
No. That would be none of the above. None.
Current.
What is current? Current. It's got to be current account. What is current account?
Now I'm using.
To tell you the truth, I previewed this, lesson, and I forgot to look it up, and I was hoping somebody in the class could tell me what a current account is. Hang on, give me a second. Okay, and when I looked it up, all I saw was an economics related. Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, now I see it. Oh, all right, a current account is what Francisco and I were talking. We were calling a debit account. All right, British call that a current account. Okay. I did not know that. All right, Americans call it a debit account. So I explained that earlier. You can only take out what you put in. All right, but it does not earn interest.
British English is difficult for even Americans.
This is true. This is very true, especially when it comes to specialized language like banking or medical, things like that. We tend to have more words not in common. You're absolutely right. Okay, so well, here it goes. Here we're explaining it. All right, most people have a current account. All right, what Americans call a debit account. We don't call it a checking account anymore because it says here we call it a checking account. We used to. Now it's called the debit account because the fact is nobody uses paper checks anymore. Right. Okay. Let's talk about using your account and how we use bank accounts. All right. Using these words to fill in the blank. Okay, Francisco, number 1.
Okay, number 1, if you pay money into your account, you make a pay-in.
Okay, again, American and British. Americans would never say a pay-in. They wouldn't even know what that means. Americans make a deposit. I need to make a deposit in my savings account and another one in my debit account. What an American would say. Okay. Yep. Americans simply do not use this, a pay-in, as a noun.
Yeah,
Okay.
deposit.
Yeah, it's deposit. Okay, Heidi, number 2.
If you take money out of your account, you make direct debit?
No. If you use an
Withdraw?
yeah, that's it. An ATM, or you directly go to the bank and talk to the teller and ask her to give you money from your account, that's a withdrawal. Here, Americans and Brits, same exact word. Or the verb is withdraw. I need to withdraw money to buy some shoes, whatever. Okay. Francisco, number 3.
If you need to pay a bill, you can
Verb a check.
write a check.
Yeah, it's got to be, it's the only verb here. You can write a check. Francisco, does anybody actually write paper checks in Colombia anymore? You ever see this?
No, teacher. Right? No, it's very no. It's not very common.
It's not very common. I honestly, I don't think I've seen a paper check in maybe, I don't know, 6 to 8 years. I haven't even seen one. Never mind. Yeah. Heidi, when's the last time you saw a paper check?
I've never used a check.
Well, okay then. Okay. It used to be very, very common in America. You would write a check, you tear it out of your checkbook, and you put it in an envelope. You send it to the electric company, pay your electric bill. You write another check, and you send it to the water company, so on and so forth. And you have to balance. Okay, when you're keeping close track of how much money you put in, how much money you take out, and any service charges. This is called balancing your checkbook, and we actually still use this phrase. To balance your checkbook means to balance your account, to add it all up and make sure you know exactly how much money you really have. You balance your checkbook. Even though nobody really writes checks anymore, we still use this phrase, which to talk about, checking and making sure you have the right amount of money in what British would call a current account, what Americans call a debit account. We still would say balance your checkbook, even though we don't call it a checking account anymore. Slightly confusing, I know. Heidi, number 4.
If you have to pay money to the same person or company on a regular basis, you can pay by standing order.
Yep.
Or what?
Or by?
By, right?
No, direct debit.
Direct debit.
Yeah. I don't, to be honest, I don't really know what is the difference between direct debit and standing order. It's kind of the same thing nowadays because it's all done electronically. I think they mean the same thing now. Basically the same thing. The electric company, you give them permission, you sign something or whatever, and you sign something meaning that they can directly debit your account every month same day every month or whatever, and they can just take the money you owe them. All right, Francisco, number 5.
Okay, number 5. Some people never need to visit their bank. They use an electronic banking service. They can check their account and make payments using the internet.
Yeah, that's right. Do everything electronically, pay their bills, whatever. Do you do this? Is this common in Colombia?
In Mexico, here in Mexico, yeah,
Mexico.
it's very
Sorry,
common.
Mexico.
Yeah, yeah, it's very common here.
Yeah, yeah, very normal. Yeah, around the world, I think. Okay. All right. Now we go to the fun part, borrowing money from the bank. Okay, and this exercise is in the form of a dialogue, how these words would be used in a conversation. Okay, let's give it a whirl. Heidi, number 1.
I'm glad it's nearly the end of the month. I've got absolutely no money left. I know what you mean. I don't get paid for another week and I'm already overdrawn.
I guess so. That is an example of very bad budgeting. Yeah, I don't know. In America, if you're overdrawn, which is an adjective, you have an overdraft, which is a noun. The penalties are really, it's expensive to do that. You don't want to do that. It's going to cost you like $100 or something. Yeah, it's a big waste. You're wasting your money. Okay, Francisco, number 2. Francisco?
Yes, teacher, sorry.
Okay.
You're working long hours at the moment. Are you saving up for something? No, nothing. So exciting. I'm trying to pay off the debt.
Well, okay, it could be you pay off debt. That's right. Or it could be he just wants to pay off the interest, at least.
Okay, pay off interest.
Which is a good strategy, to pay off the interest and start working on the. What is the other part called? Do you know? Francisco, not the interest, but the actual part.
The loan?
The actual loan, yeah. Especially when we're talking about paying for it, I pay the interest, down the interest, so I can start paying on the. It's called the principal.
Right.
Right. The banking term. Okay, you paid off. That's the way mortgages work. Like if you get a mortgage on a house, which is a bank loan, you're probably just paying interest for the first 5 years or so, depending on the length of the loan and how much and all that. Before you even start actually paying the loan back, it could be years. This is very common. And then you just start paying a small amount of the principal, and yeah, anyway, it's kind of how it works often. Heidi, number 3.
I'm sure the bank would lend you the money if you really need it. No, I don't want to do that. I already owe my father £300. I really don't want to get further into overdraft.
No, just he already has 1 loan. You have 2 loans, 3 loans, 4 loans. Then he's really in debt.
In debt.
Yeah, okay. I'm so in debt. I don't want to get further in debt. I've been in debt for years. Okay. Okay. I owe. I owe. Heidi, you ever You ever see Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
7 drawers?
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the movie, the Disney movie.
Ah, yes, yes, I know.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know the little song the dwarfs sing? Hi ho, it's off to work I go. Okay. In America, we like to sing I owe, it's off to work I go. I owe the bank 1,000 francs. Hi ho, I owe. Okay. All right. I know, very silly. Francisco, number 4.
Okay, number 4. I hear you're thinking of starting up your own business. How are you going to get the money? No problem. I already applied to the bank for a loan.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. That's pretty clear. All right. Oh, is this? Yeah, okay. All right. That was very much like the earlier exercise. Heidi, number 5.
If you really want a new car, why don't you borrow some money from the bank? I don't really want to do that. You have to pay so much in what? Interest.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And of course, we refer to the interest rate. The interest rate is too high. Obviously, in Mexico, it's way too high. That is just crazy. I'm still freaking out about that, Francisco. I can't. That can't be real. 30 to 40%. It's like you're living in a slave state. They
No,
don't charge slaves that
a
much
little
money.
high, yeah. It's a little high, maybe at 30%, but most of the time these loans are for a short time, maybe 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Okay. All right. By the way, talking about loans and the time, short term. Okay, so Francisco's talking about short-term loans. Obviously, borrowing money for a house would be a long-term loan. Yeah. So when we reference them, we don't usually say the word time. We say term. All right. Anyway, Francisco, number 6.
Okay, so I hear you're getting a flat of your own. Are you? Yes, I found a really nice place. Save up enough for a deposit and arrange a
Hmm. Hmm.
a mortgage.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fine. A mortgage is the loan specifically for housing, to buy a house or possibly to buy a flat, or American an apartment. Depends where you are. For Americans, it's unless you live in New York City, where of course there only are apartments, then you can get a mortgage and you can buy an apartment. In Russia, that's basically all you can buy is an apartment. Maybe in Tokyo, probably the same thing. But a mortgage is for for Americans, when they think of a mortgage, it's like they think about buying a house. But yeah, could be a flat or a house. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Heidi, question. If your account is in the black, do you have a healthy account or do you owe money?
Black is a good thing, no?
Yes, it is. What about if you're in the red?
Red is a deficit.
Is a deficit. Correct. This is actually an idiom. It's actually kind of interesting, the story behind it. Excuse me. Pardon me. It's actually interesting. It's used for businesses. The businesses keep their accounts or their books. The written statement of their accounts. In the olden days, in past times, Actually, in America, by law, accountants who add up all the income and and the debts of a company would actually be required to write the income in the actual books, physical paper books. They would have to write all the income in black ink and all of the debts or payments in red ink. So nowadays, whether we're talking about business or personal finance, if you're in the black, that means you're making money or you're making profit as a business. And if you're in the red, you're not. The opposite. You owe money and your income is less than your debts. So that's
It's
kind of.
the same as Japan.
Oh, really? Is
Yeah.
that right?
We say it red dots.
Really? Okay. Didn't know that. All right. Okay. Yeah. At the cash point, put the following in the most logical order. All right. Which happens first? Okay, Francisco?
Okay, first is B.
No.
No?
Oh, no. I think that means take your card out of the machine. Yeah,
Right.
you're right. You take your card out of your wallet or your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, yes. Yeah. We're right. Yeah, not your fault. Yeah, you take your card out of your wallet, and then what do you do?
Okay. And insert your card.
There you go. Okay. Heidi, next.
Oh, order is different from Japan. At first, we press the withdraw cash button. Then I insert.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay, wait a minute. We should do the whole thing then. Heidi, do the whole thing because I didn't know it was different in different places. Go ahead. What's the whole thing?
Press the withdraw cash button and
Okay.
my card and key and my PIN number.
Yeah.
And choose amount of money.
Yeah.
Take my card and take my cash.
Okay, that's interesting. All right, Francisco, it's a different order.
Yes, at first. Well, you have to insert your card.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, maybe you can press the withdraw cash button.
Next.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
this is very interesting. Okay.
Yes.
And
Here in Mexico, first you have to insert your card, and then
yeah.
there's a menu. There's
Yeah.
a menu on the screen.
Right.
So you have to select what kind of transaction you're going to do.
Really? Okay. Yeah. And then.
Then you once that you press withdraw, you have to key your PIN number.
Uh-huh.
Take your cash.
Okay.
Right? Take your card out from the ATM.
Yeah. You get your cash before you get your card?
Yeah, you have to take your cash.
Oh my.
And finally, the last step is to take your card. Well, once that you finish transaction, the card gets out automatically.
Comes out or is ejected, pushed
Yeah.
out, ejected. That is really interesting. Okay. All right. Because here in the Philippines, it's different than both of those places.
Really?
Yeah, this is so weird. I had no idea this is true. First, you insert your card, then you key in your PIN number, then you press withdraw, choose amount of money. Your card comes out first, and then your money comes out, and then usually a little piece of paper with your record, your receipt, last. Isn't that weird? I had no idea there's completely different procedures in different places. That is weird. Okay. Here in the Philippines, there has been recently more and more of a problem with ATM scams. They put little plates over the actual push buttons where you key in your PIN number so they can steal your PIN number, or they put a card reader over the in the slot. It's like something on top of where the normal slot would be for your card, so it can read the magnetic strip on your card, or a combination of these things. They attach a little extra camera so they can see you key in your PIN number. Heidi, problem in Japan or not? ATM scams?
No,
No?
we don't have such problem. But in foreign countries, yeah, I had that.
Yeah. You have to be careful.
Upper side of the cash dispenser, someone put camera.
Exactly. That's right. That's right. They stopped doing that, the camera, so much here, but here in the Philippines, what it is they put something on top of the keypad or on top of over the card slot. But I saw a program on TV. It's very easy to figure out if it's a scam. So if you're traveling, Heidi or Francisco, if you want to check before you actually start your transaction, just grab the key slot and move it. If it moves at all, don't put your card in there. Or the buttons. If there's like seems to be a plate over the buttons, or if it moves at all, shake it. Try to rip it off. If it moves at all, walk away. It's not going to work because they can't make it absolutely flush, perfectly still. An actual ATM machine, it's all built into the machine, so you wouldn't be able to move it at all. It wouldn't have any play, meaning it wouldn't move at all. So if you guys are traveling, there's a tip for you. Before you go sticking in your card in a machine, give it a shake. Both the buttons, make sure nothing, push the edges, make sure nothing moves, and the card slot itself. Okay, Francisco, does this happen in Mexico?
Yes, here in Mexico there are a lot of scams too. But I didn't know your recommendation.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good. Safety first, people.
Yeah.
All right. We got like 2 minutes. I think we can finish this off. The last few fill in the blank here. Heidi?
Okay, if you just want to know how much money you have in your account, you can check your check my balance.
Yes, check your balance. That's just a screen that you can see, and if you want, you can print out a receipt with your balance. Your balance refers to the actual amount you have right this moment. Okay, there may be transactions pending. Transactions, the common word we use for things happening, either debits or deposits, are transactions, either going in or going out. And if they're pending, that means they're somewhere in the system. It hasn't registered in your account yet. So your balance refers to the amount of money you have right this second. Okay, balance, the noun. Again, if you remember, I use balance, the verb. That is you trying to figure it out exactly where your money is. That's the action of you trying to figure it out. Okay. Francisco?
Okay, you can also order a statement which your bank will send out to you within a few days and which shows all the transactions you have made.
There you go. All right, so there it is. Okay, and perfect timing. We are out of time. Thank you very much, Francisco and Heidi. Glad you could join me in our Fun with Banking Verbal class. You guys have a great day. Maybe I'll see you later. I'll be around later. I'm going to lunch. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, teacher.